All aboard the hype train, choo choo. A few people have done one this evening. Soundwave, Bisto Yeti, and a few other people have made a video this evening just to say 2 weeks. It is 2 weeks until TFNation, the party of the year, Vince DiCola in concert, and oh my god, it is going to be amazing. And yeah, I cannot wait for TFNation this year. And every year, not just this year, every year I cannot wait for it. I just can't wait for it, man. It is going to be a blast. So yeah, TFNation. I mean, there is still some stuff for me that I need to announce because there's been some more guest announcements. So, you know what, I'm going to do that right now, get it out the way, because I don't want there to be too much that I have not announced, because when it comes to my pre-TFNation live stream, I don't mind having a couple things to mention about, as in talking points, but I like to at least acknowledge the guests beforehand, because, you know what I mean? So I'm going to just rectify a problem. I'm going to talk about some guests in this video as well, just to kind of kill two birds with one stone. But let's do that, shall we? Well, looking at it, it looks like there's only been one additional guest announcement. I'm pretty darn sure I have mentioned about this man in particular in my last video, which is Jim Sorensen. Jim Sorensen is going to be at TFNation 2026. In case I haven't mentioned him yet, he was very recently just announced this past week. I'm sure I've already spoken about him, but I'm mentioning him again. So Jim Sorensen will be at TFNation 2026. Absolutely fantastic. It would not be a TFNation without this man. It's going to be good. And the next guest announcement that was released or announced very recently is Alex Milne. Milne, I think that's how you pronounce it. He's also going to be there, comic book artist. So another one announced for TFNation 2026. You know when it's starting to get closer, because they're starting to announce a lot of the scheduling as well. So far they've announced some panels that are going to be hosted on the Sunday, Friday evening stuff, and some other stuff as well. So it's mainly comic book related that they've announced so far. Any sort of panels relating to TFNation 2026. I will go through the scheduling, because probably by when I do my pre-TFN live stream on basically a week tomorrow, it is currently Thursday right now, Thursday evening. So a week tomorrow, I'm doing, which is I think the 24th, I'm doing my pre-TFNation live stream. So I usually go through the scheduling a part of my, if I can, because I'm going to be joined by, including myself, there's going to be at least 6 people on the stream, including myself. And I'm hoping I'm going to still have full functionality to be able to bring up the web page and talk about specific things. and talk about specific things. But we'll see how it goes. If I do have some issues, because I have done 6 people before in the past, but it seemed to be a little bit more just a straightforward conversation we had. I can't remember if I brought in anything in particular, because when I do my streams, I use a service called StreamYard, and StreamYard, I really love in StreamYard. It's so easy to use, and it's really easy for people to come into as well. If people have never really done streaming before or whatever, and all you need is just to send out a link to people that are participating, and they just come straight in. It is really, really straightforward. So yeah, I'm just hoping. I'm hoping that I might be able to still use the screen mirroring feature for bringing up any information I need to talk about. I should be able to, but if not, I can always just talk about it, use my phone, and I can just talk about it, just so it's at least mentioned, just for a bit of a conversation thing. Because I try to, we're going to go on as long as we can, But it all depends of everybody else. With if some people want to bow out earlier, they can. There's no strict, you have to stay on until we finish. There's nothing like that when it comes to my live streams. If people if people come on and they can only be on for like say half an hour, that's fine. Or if people want to stay on for the full slog, but I try to do minimum of a good 2 hours, if not more. It generally depends if there is genuine interest and people are in the chat and it generates some kind of chat. And once the chat gets generated, it makes it go longer because I have to go through everything. Everybody takes a turn of responding to what's been said or asked or questions. We also are going to be joined by, for the first time, a first timer. That this is basically I'm going to be joined by a guy called David Watson, I believe his name is. He's been to loads of conventions all over the world, and he's going to be at TFNation as a. He's actually going to be in the dealer room. I don't know if it's going to be in the dealer room or if it's going to be in the forge area, but he has got his own stall this year. And he's going to TFNation for the very first time, and he's going to be joining me on the pre-TFNation live stream. And it's going to be interesting because it's everything about TFNation. So he's going to be. We're going to be trying to get as much. He's going to want to ask and get as much information about the event, so that it's got some kind of idea, some kind of preconception of what to expect when he comes. So there's that to consider as well for the stream. But anyway, I'm sure it'll all go down perfectly well. I'm going to be joined by Soundwave Tony as well. Sammy Skullgrin, I'm sure he said he was going to come on. We might be joined by Mr. Raymond T. That he's a little bit up in the air at the moment. It's as if he can get that day off from work. He's trying to work out his work commitments. If that doesn't work out, I'm gonna have to see if I can find another person at last minute, but we'll see how it goes. So I think altogether it's going to be me, Sam, Jupiter Firestorm. It's going to be Tony. It's going to be David Watson, Sammy, and me. So that'll be 6. Because on the free version that I use for StreamYard, I can't afford to pay out for the full thing. There's different tiers with StreamYard as well. There's like a basic paid one, but you do get a bit more tools, and you can actually have up to, I think, 10 people on the stream at once on that one. But if you want to go professional, there's a professional level, but it's really expensive. Well, it's not real expensive, but it's a lot of money for me to pay out for it, and I don't have any means to be able to keep supporting that every time it comes out at the moment. But the thing is, I think I try to keep to maximum of 6 people for a stream, anyways, because you have this problem of like people bleeding into each other's conversations, and I try to get everybody have their own say. Everybody gets to respond to the questions. Anything specific that is asked by somebody, whether it's somebody that's on the stream itself or whether someone asks a question in the comments as we're live, things like that. It's just, I like to try and give people like some time to talk. That's why I don't rush my streams to completion. I like to let it run naturally, and then try to get through all the comments as quickly as possible. That is I try to do. Don't always go that way, but I try to do that. But anyway, so yeah, TFNation. I'm gonna be, probably next weekend. I'll be getting all my stuff together. I'll be going out, probably getting my TFNation bits. I've already got some deodorant because I went to if you've been paying attention to my channel, I went to Birmingham last weekend, last Friday. I went to Birmingham on my own, and I came back Saturday evening. And I managed to pick up some deodorant. So I've got plenty of deodorant. So I've already got that. I've already got some shower gel that I can bring with me. So that saves me buying any more. So all I need to get is just snacks and drinks, and stuff like that. That's all I really need to get, really. And any other bits that I can think of. Hopefully this time around I don't forget my phone charger cable, because I remembered everything for my power bank. I brought the charge cable and the wall adapter as well, just in case the hotel room didn't have USB support. I brought an actual power brick adapter, but I actually forgot the charge cable, the actual cable for my phone. So I had to go and buy one. So hopefully I'm gonna make a checklist. I'm gonna try and make a checklist this weekend. Write down everything that I need to remember. Of course, money. Of course, confirmation letters. My transportation confirmation letter. Everything that's really important. My wallet, of course. And then everything else, like my snacks and stuff that I bought for the room. This year we're staying at the Arden this year, which is my first time ever staying at the Arden. The only annoying thing with the Arden is, I know my good friend Adam White, he said that he can offer some support about when it comes to the Arden, but it's a little bit like, it's one of those situations where there's apparently, I've heard that at a certain point, you have to go a real long way around, or you have to get a taxi back to the hotel from the Hilton side. So say if we're in the bar at the Hilton and it's gone midnight, apparently the access road closes at a certain time. Sometimes it's not open at all. There is a way to get to the Arden, even if the actual access road is closed. But it's a bit of a longer walk, but it is possible. So that's the only downside with staying at the Arden. We had no choice but to book the Arden this time around, because it was the only choice we had, because we was gonna go with the Moxie again. Because the Moxie was cheaper than the Hilton last year. But this year, because there's multiple events on, there's a couple things happening in the NEC, as well as something happening at the Metropole Hotel alongside us, alongside TFNation. So there's like 2 or 3, maybe, I think there's like 3 events on over the same weekend. So there's like 2 things, I think, happening in the NEC, and then there's something actually happening in the Metropole Hotel as well. So there's like 3 events on. So all the hotels in the local area just put the prices up really ridiculous. So we had the cheapest option we could find was the Arden. And unfortunately the Arden is not like, it's like a good 15-20 minute walk there and back. Compared to, say, how close the Moxie is, for instance. The Moxie is literally just, it's only like a 5-minute walk back and forth. It's a lot more easier. But unfortunately, we had no choice. But I am intrigued about the Arden. I am intrigued about the Arden Hotel. So it's going to be one of them perspective things. It's going to be interesting. I might have to leave some alcohols. I might have to see if I can have a little word with my good friend Tony, see if I can leave some alcohols at the Hilton, because Tony's staying at the Hilton as normal. I'm sure if I bend I might end up losing a load of alcohol, because Tony might end up drinking mine by accident or on purpose, who knows. But I might have to see if I can bend the ear of someone and say, can I just leave my alcohol with you, because I can't be asked to go all the way back to the Arden just to bloody get a couple cans of beer and bring it back, and then it's just not worth it because I don't want to cause any problems for the event. I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get charged or anything of that nature. So, but we'll see how it goes, shall we? But anyway, so yeah, that is pretty much the video today. You know, I am really excited. 2 weeks to go, which means I've only got one more week of work. Yeah, I've only got one more week of work. Well, no, hang on. What, we're on? Yeah, technically a week. Obviously, when it comes to my place of work, I only have to work 4 days. That's what I'm contracted. Just, I'm not saying that I'm lazy or anything like that. It's just how my place works. We only have to work 4 days instead of like the standard 5 or 6 days, but we still work quite a long hours. We still work a good 13+ hour days, so we still earn a normal wage, even just still working 4 days. But yeah, so how it works for me, I've only got 7 more days of work left. So I've finished work now. Today's my last day for this week. So now it's the weekend for me. So when I go back to work on Monday, it's all that week, and then it's up to Wednesday of the next week. So basically, so I've got to. So I break. My last day of work is Wednesday, the week of going to TFNation. I break off on Wednesday. I'm off the Thursday for travelling down. So we'll be getting there Thursday afternoon, probably around about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is usually in the ballpark of when we roll up to the Hilton Metropole to talk to people. But obviously we won't be going anywhere near the Metropole. We'll be probably getting a taxi there and then walking to the Arden. Or we're going to have to come up with some idea, or we might just... Yeah, we're going to have to come up with something, because obviously I think it might be best us not going anywhere near the Metropole first. Obviously, yeah, well, we'll see how it works, because usually we get a black cab from the coach station in Digbeth. We usually get a black cab because there's usually 3 or 4 of us sharing. It's just easier. So obviously it's going to drop off at the Metropole. But like I say, it's doable. It's doable. We can find our way from there. It's not a problem. But I'd rather get all sorted, checked in at the hotel, drop my bags off, get freshened up, then come back to the Metropole and see people. But we'll see how it works out. I mean, it depends on when check-in is as well, because obviously every hotel's different when it comes to check-in times and stuff. But we'll see. But anyway, so yes, I am very much looking forward to it. It is going to be awesome. I really cannot wait. It is going to be amazing. If you're going for the very first time, please comment below this video if you're going for the first time. You're going to have a great time. It's going to be really good. It's probably going to be a really good memory for you. If it's something that you've always wanted to do and you've never managed to do it, or you've never been to a convention before, say if it's your first time going to a convention, I think it's going to be a good time. I mean, obviously Vince DiCola is like the icing on the cake for this event. And I've also got a guy called Jadel, I believe it is, who's a singer that is going to be performing with Vince DiCola during the concert, which is going to be cool. We've got plenty of comic book artists going. We've got voice actors going. It's going to be good. It is going to be good. And the main important thing is all the people. The main important thing is being at TFNation, surrounded by my what I call my extended TFNation family, and catching up with everybody, because I don't see everyone. I don't see anybody that goes to TFNation for 1 year to the next, because I very rarely are able to go to any meetups. like the TFNation gathering. I mean, I did do TFN Manchester this year, so I did see a couple people at TFN Manchester. But the magnitude of the people that go to TFNation in July, or well, usually August, the main one, I don't see them for 1 year to the next. So it's just a real nice catch up on the Thursday evening, and then people start arriving throughout the weekend. It's going to be good. It's going to be really, really good. I need it. I need a break. And yeah, cannot wait. That's going to be the video. Take care. I'll be back very soon. And yes, please come along on Friday the 24th of July on this channel from 7 p.m. UK time. I will be going live for my pre-TFNation live stream from 7 p.m. UK time on the 24th of July, Friday, and with a bunch of individuals that are going as well, and have a really good chat, talking about TFNation, what we're looking forward to, and see who else is in the chat as well. It's going to be a fun time. So see you there. Bye-bye.